Hey, excuse me. Lovely to meet you. It's Phil Morrison. I help naturally quiet people to overcome social anxiety and play to their strengths in life. I've prepared content for this video on my phone, so I'm going to be reading from the notes today. The title of my video is that you don't need to force yourself to become an extrovert to overcome social anxiety. I can speak from a lot of personal experience here. I'm a naturally quiet person. In high school and college, I was the most quiet person by a country mile. And I went down the wrong paths, trying to overcome social anxiety by pretending to be someone that I'm not. As cliche as it sounds, you do really just have to be yourself. But most people would tell you that they're being themselves, but they're not really. To really be your authentic self and say what you're actually thinking when it feels right to do so requires a lot of bravery. Most people play roles, they're wearing a mask, they're not actually being themselves. So if you're naturally quiet, that's completely fine. There's lots of value in this, and you don't need to be speaking all the time to get confident with people. You literally just need experience being yourself without having your guard up. And this will give you proof. It will give your brain concrete evidence that you're safe being yourself around people. Imagine that you had a fear of spiders. You don't need to be constantly handling spiders and playing with them at 70 miles, 100 miles an hour and be super active to actually overcome the fear of spiders. Just you being yourself around spiders. Maybe you let the spiders walk on your hand, you stroke this spider, and you're quiet, but you're still getting exposure to that spider which you're terrified of. And over time, you would get enough proof that your brain would fully realize that, do you know what? I'm actually safe around spiders. I don't need to have my guard up. It's the same with people. Overcoming your fear of people, which is social anxiety. You don't need to be constantly speaking left, right and centre. You just need to genuinely be yourself. So of course you still have to face your fears and speak when you want to speak. There'll be times where you genuinely want to speak, and it's important that you face your fear of speaking when it feels right, when you pick the moment. And of course, reiterating the previous point, you don't need to put pressure on yourself to be an extrovert, as this will lead to lots of unnecessary beating yourself up. Lots of self-judgment which isn't productive, doesn't help you out. And it's based on that wrong assumption that you're supposed to be an extrovert. It's about removing your protective mask rather than pretending to be someone who you're not. If you don't actually believe me, look at how confident I am in spite of being the most shy, quiet, socially anxious person that you could imagine in high school and college. And also look at how confident my clients are who I've been coaching. All naturally quiet, introverted people. So I got exposure expressing my natural self in front of people, but at no point did I have to force myself to speak more often than I wanted. Whether you speak 20 times, 10 times, 5 times, or twice, it doesn't matter. You getting proof that you're safe being yourself is the key. And a really important point to make here: being quiet by choice is not the same as being repressed due to fear of judgment or failure. But it's also common for quiet people to get teased for being quiet and to have these fears really strongly. So if you're a naturally quiet person, you might be afraid of saying something which makes you look stupid. You might be afraid of rejection, being judged by other people in the group. You might have these fears stronger than the average person. It doesn't mean that you need to speak more than is natural for you, but still, being quiet by choice is very different from being in shutdown mode and being closed off from other people. An interesting side which ties in with this comes from one of my hobbies, improv comedy. So if there's a scene going on stage, and as a performer, an improviser, you're at the side of the stage, there'll be a time where you have to choose to join in with the scene. This is a bit like joining in a conversation. And if you pay attention to your body, you automatically know when you want to join in. So your feet will start edging forwards, your body will start moving forwards. So your body moves before you realize that you should be moving right now. So if you trust your body, when you're kind of leaning forwards, that's your body telling you that you want to speak right now. And it may take a bit of experience to really understand this, and that's where I help people out in my free coaching session. So the answer may not be exactly what you want to hear. You may be looking for a gimmicky shortcut, some sort of workaround, a trick, but you do have to fearlessly be yourself. And if you're willing to put the work in and you want to make fast progress, if you go to 2 socials a week and you really practice this stuff, in 3 months from now, you can be a hell of a lot more confident than you currently are right now. In 2 years, you can be a transformed person. So now, my call to action, my upsell. So I have my own coaching business, and I offer people with the right ethics a free 2-hour coaching session so they can experience the potential value that they may get from my coaching. If you're interested in trying a free coaching session, which can either be over a video call, and it's a bit like therapy, or if you're interested, I'm happy to coach you at a social networking event. So I would go to a networking event, a meet up with you, and I would help you get more confident in social groups. So as I said just before, I offer people 1 free coaching session so they experience what my coaching is like. If you're interested in braving your free 2-hour coaching session, and by the way, if you want me to help you out at a networking event, you would have to come to Birmingham. Drop me an email, philmorrison678@gmail.com. You can also inquire about my live events, which are designed to help quiet people get more confident. And if you want to get notified when future content comes out, just subscribe to my channel, follow me, and you'll get notified when new stuff is released and when I do my live streams. Have an awesome rest of your day.